Thank you, Commissioners. Warrant Officer, if you can just switch on your mic. We were at page 3, paragraph 10 of your statement, where you were dealing with the information that had been posted that it was a legal police operation, and Captain Sijani's request asking whether, or question asking whether you should stand down. Now, we dealt with with Captain Kruger's statement that he said that he's still on his way to confirm, and you understood that to mean that you also still had to go to the address. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
You then say that you expected at some point that there would be a briefing, and that didn't take place at that time. Did it take place at any time before you arrived at the address?
It didn't, Commissioners.
Okay. Now, you also then post in the group, and we went to this on page 10, you post your location. Why did you do it at that point? I know you said earlier on that Brigadier Mokoena kept calling you, and so you just posted your location. You say that you're 8 kilometers to the location. Just tell us about your posting of your location.
The location is an indication to other participants on the group that I am on this location, and then the other one is gonna also post so that we can see which central place where we can meet and brief one another.
Okay, so the expectation was still that there would be some form of briefing, even if it was close to the address.
Correct.
And then if we go back to your statement at paragraph 11, you speak about what happened when you arrived. Can you tell us what time you arrived at the address?
Thank you, Commissioners. I arrived there, it's just an estimation, about 5:15.
Can we go to page 10 of BK3? There is a message from Captain Kruger standing off brig, and that is at 17:10. BK3, page 10.
Yes, I'm there.
Do you see the message that says standing off brig in green?
That is 17:10.
Yes, that is from Captain Kruger. What did that mean?
He has arrived.
Okay, he has arrived at the address. So when you received that message, do you know more or less how much longer it took you to get there?
4 to 6 minutes.
Okay, so your estimate of 17:15 is pretty accurate. Okay.
Right.
So tell us what happens when you arrive. What do you observe?
While I was on that particular street, because my live location and live location of Captain Kruger, it was showing that we are at the same place. But I couldn't see their car because there were a lot of cars that were parked. Captain Kruger, the car that was driving, it is a sedan. And then the cars that they were lining up on the street, there were some other cars that the SUV shaped like cars. So I scanned around, I couldn't see their car. And then what I did, I parked at the rear side of that lineup of those cars. While parked there, trying to see where exactly they are. And then I decided to leave my car there to take a walk. And then before that, I realized that I had my tactical belt with all the equipment like a firearm, magazine, pepper spray, handcuff, everything. They were exposed. So I had to take off that belt and only take my pistol and hide it in my body so that anyone cannot see me with any weapon. And then I walk towards the gate.
Now, at paragraph 12 of your statement, if you can just go there, and you addressed this earlier, you speak about the number of vehicles at the scene an hour after the initial call. Why was that peculiar to you? If you look at your statement, paragraph 12, starting on page 3, at the bottom of page 3, and going to page 4. The sentence starts, however, it struck me.
Must I read it or must?
You can just tell us what it is about the number of vehicles that were on the scene an hour after you initially received the call that was strange to you.
Yeah, it's because if there was any criminal element that was happening there, I would have found everything cleaned. The alleged suspect or the bogus cop, they would have been long gone.
Or at least when they see you coming, they would try to disperse. They wouldn't continue with what they are doing.
Commissioners, where I parked, no one could see me because I parked at the rear side of the back of the car, of the cars that were parked on the side of the road. So the distance, it was about 20 to 30 meters. Even if I parked there, no one could have noticed me.
Why did you park like that? What was the purpose for that?
That was for safety precautions for me because I couldn't see where was Kruger and Captain Kruger and Constable Dikoveya. So, but the location is stating that they are around me there. So now I decided that let me walk so that I can scan. As I've already mentioned, you don't approach information like this blindly. So I had to use my own strategic way to approach the gate.
So even though you had already received information in the WhatsApp group that it was a legitimate SAPS operation, you still couldn't approach it blindly, the scene blindly. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. What I did there, before I alerted my car, there was a car that I parked at the back. And then if I remember correctly, it was a black BMW. On my state phone, I've got an app where I can inquire the ownership of anything on my phone. And then I did inquire of one of the cars, and then this car came out as it's a police car from KZN. So now, to me, it was a confirmation now. It confirmed that message. It was a legit legal police operation. So here is the car now of the police.
And this is before you had even seen Kruger.
Correct, Commissioners.
Okay, you can continue because that's at paragraph 13 of your statement. You speak about scanning the license plate of the black BMW and seeing that it was a SAPS vehicle. And that indicated confirmed to you that it was a legal SAPS operation.
Indeed.
So what did you do next?
And then I walk because there was no speed. Because once if I can come with my car, they will be blocking the traffic for other road users who will want to pass on that particular road. So I decided to leave my car there and then I walk so that I can find where is Captain Kruger now. Because Captain Kruger is the person that got more information about what has to be done here.
Okay, you may proceed.
I walk and then I found them next to the gate leaning. And then next to the gate, there were people at the gate. Those people, they kitted up. When you say kitted up, meaning that you've got all your police equipment on you. Bulletproof, everything. And then the bulletproof is branded clearly with a big font, police. It's the same bulletproof that we are wearing.
Okay, and then did you observe Captain Kruger and Constable De Gavea at any point?
Yes,
Where were they?
they were leaning on their car in front, next to the gate, facing oncoming traffic of the road.
Okay, we're now at paragraph 14 of your statement, just to orientate you. So you approach Captain Kruger. Tell us what happens.
And then immediately, when I found them there standing, and then I then asked him, and then what are we still waiting for? Because you can see this is the police. Because if I remember correctly, on my site, they said, go and verify if the bogus or not bogus. So while asking Kruger, I thought maybe he had more information that I had. That's why I asked him that. Why are we still?
So as I understand you, by that point, the purpose of your mission had been achieved.
Completely accomplished.
And your bigger interest was to get to the operation in the Northwest.
That's correct.
More or less, what time was this? Do you know? I mean, I won't hold you to it, but what time was it, more or less?
The time when I was
asking
meeting
this
them.
question,
That is going to be between 15 and 20 past.
Thank you, Commissioner. And what did he say to you? What was his response?
He told me that he's still waiting for the team leaders of the people as per the instruction of Brigadier Mkwena. He needs to speak to the team leaders there.
You say he said he needs to speak to the team leader as per Brigadier Mokwena's instruction.
Correct.
And what did you make of that?
To me, it irritated me more.
Why?
Because now where we have arrived here, we receive a message that this is a legit, while coming, we'll receive a message. That message was a hint. It is a legit message of the SAPS. I arrive there, I see the car of the SAPS. I go to the gate, I see people wearing, you can see these people, they are police officers. What more now need to be verified? That's what irritated me.
And do you know if Captain Kruger was aware that the black BMW was a SAPS vehicle
I did inform him.
when you saw him that first time?
Correct.
And what was his response?
He told me about Brigadier Mkwena.
What was it that irritated you about him referring to Brigadier Mokwena all the time?
Yeah. Because to me, it shows that now, as far as I know, if you receive an instruction from the commander, they give you a task. Go and do this task. The how part to do that particular task, the commander got nothing to do with that. The how part is solely on you, the executor.
And so, okay, so can I just take a step back? You say that you were irritated by Captain Kruger referring to Brigadier Mokwena all the time. Just tell us, what was your relationship, your working relationship like with Captain Kruger at that stage?
Before or?
Yes,
during that
before
time?
6 December.
No, we were working as colleagues. We were sharp.
And how long had he been in the unit?
I think he was 5 months, 4 months, somewhere there, if I remember correctly. But he arrived at our office on that particular year.
So he was relatively new.
Correct.
And you say in your statement that he used to seek advice from you.
That's correct.
And in this instance, did he seek advice from you?
He didn't. He just told me about Brigadier Mkwena. Because normally, on a situation like this, and then here is the police, we confirm it's the police, and then we combine our heads together, and then what to do now? we share a suggestion amongst ourselves, not someone that is not here. But instead, he decided that no, the only weight that is going to take is the weight of Brigadier Mkwena. So that is why I said, no, if it's like that, let me leave him to do whatever, what he thinks that is all right on that particular time.
If that was your position, why were you still on the scene? Why didn't you just leave?
Because I have to wait for them. I have to go with them to Northwest.
Okay, so your sole purpose for still remaining there was that you were waiting for them to finish.
Yes, because I remember telling him that he must phone Captain Sijane to tell him to stand off for coming here because it's no longer necessary.
And at that point, Captain Sijani was still stuck in traffic.
That's correct.
And do you know if he did instruct him to stand down?
I will presume because he didn't arrive.
Okay. Then just returning to your statement on page 4 at paragraph 15. Do you know if Captain Kruger ever did speak to the team leader of the operation?
Yes, there was a stage, there was a gentleman that came out from the house. And then Captain Kruger, they met on the middle of the road because someone from the gate, he pointed that gentleman to Kruger. And then at that stage, Captain Kruger has already shifted his car and parked it on the pavement on the other side of the road. And then they met there. I remember they shook hands and then they walked towards Captain Kruger's bonnet.
And you don't know what they were discussing?
No, I don't know.
And where were you at this stage?
And then at that stage, I went to the buggy because I parked my car at the rear side when I arrived. I took my car and parked it where Captain Kruger's car was parked, next to the gate.
Okay. And you also mentioned in paragraph 15, Captain de Gavea greeting someone. Can you just elaborate on that?
Oh, yes. There was someone, Constable Tikovea, that was communicating from that team that was busy in that particular house, but that guy was on the gate. The gate was widely open. So they were greeting one another. Hey, who's it? What? As if the people, they know one another. And then I asked Constable Tikovea, hey, do you know this person? Yeah, this guy, I know him. I attended a course. It was a special task force selection course, something like that. They were together then.
So Captain Constable de Gavea recognized and spoke to somebody that was part of the takedown team.
Correct.
Okay. Then at page 5, paragraph 16, you speak about, now you've already told us that you moved.
Okay, Siggles, do you mind if he reads into the record the last sentence of paragraph 15?
Can you read into the record the last sentence of paragraph, should it be the last two, maybe, from I asked, I also heard Constable. Do you see on page 4, paragraph 15?
Yes.
The sentence that starts with, I also heard Constable de Gavea. You can read that into the record.
I also heard Constable Tikovea greeting one of the members executing the operation. I asked him if he knew the person. He told me that he had done STF, Special Task Force training with this person. Again, this was a further confirmation for me as Warrant Officer Nkosi that we did not have to be at the scene.
Thank you. Then paragraph 16. This is after you've now moved your vehicle and smoked a cigarette. You noticed another vehicle at the scene. Can you tell us about that?
Paragraph 16.
Yes, an unmarked vehicle.
There was a Golf 7 that arrived there. When I checked this Golf 7, is a Golf 7 from our office.
How did you know it was from your office? And when you say your office, what do you mean?
Tom's office.
How did you know it was from Tom's if it's unmarked?
No, we know our cars.
Okay. Yes, proceed.
Yes. Even the occupants who were in the car is the people that we work with.
Okay, and who were they?
It was Warrant Officer Dlamini and Constable Vicky Lahle.
So they from your Tom's office.
That's correct.
Okay, can you tell us what you did when you saw them?
By that time, Captain Kruger was busy with that gentleman on the bonnet of the car, on the other side of the road. And then they parked next to me and asked me, and then what is happening? I said, I know it is already sorted. These are the police officers. And then Constable Vigilash stepped out from the car. And then he came to me and greeted me like exchanging fist. I don't know if it's a correct word.
Yes, bumping fist, yeah.
Yeah, bumping fist.
Yes.
Normally he calls me Malume. Hey, Malume, how's it? Hi, sharp. What's happening? I know it's sorted. The best thing that you need to do, you better rush to Northwest. The thing that we have called here is not on. Me, I'm still standing here because I'm waiting for Captain Kruger and Constable Tikovea.
Sorry, let's just get this clear. Constable Vigilahle and Warrant Officer Dlamini, they are part of the Tom's team that was going to the Northwest.
Correct.
Does Captain Kruger know these two people?
Correct.
Did he see them on the day?
That's why now I will never know because he was busy with those gentlemen that sat on his bonnet. But I did inform him that no, I have excused. Because like him, he was a senior now at that particular, so whatever I do, I have to inform him.
Who could have called them to come to the scene? Do you know?
Yeah, that's what surprised me because I checked on the group, on that particular group, to see if they were there on the group. And then they were not there on the group. And then while Constable Vigilahle greeting me, and then I asked him, and then what led you to be here? What are you doing here? He said, Brigadier Mkwena called me, referring to him. He said, Brigadier Mkwena, like I'm quoting him what he said. Brigadier Mkwena called him. And then I realized because Brigadier Mkwena, when he calls me, he said he has already called other people. So that's why I didn't question much on that.
Thank you, Ms. Lee.
Thank you, Commissioner. And do you know whether Brigadier Mokoena had called Warrant Officer Dlamini?
I will not know.
Okay. But he was in the same vehicle as Vigilahle.
Warrant Officer Dlamini was the driver.
He was the driver.
Correct.
Warrant Officer Nkosi, do you know which side Constable Nkosi and Vigilahle and Warrant Officer Dlamini belong to, Johannesburg or Pretoria group?
In terms of residence?
Yes, the way that you described it earlier.
Wow. Warrant Officer Dlamini stays at Centurion. And then Constable Vigilahle stays at Soweto.
So they are the Johannesburg group.
No, Warrant Officer Dlamini falls under Pretoria's group. I don't know on that particular day what happened for them to be together. I don't know that one.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did you observe any other Hawks members, not from Tom's necessarily, but any other Hawks members?
No.
Then if we can go to paragraph 18 of your statement. You say that you didn't interact with anybody from the takedown operation,
No,
except greeting them.
Except greeting them, yes, correct.
And do you know if Warrant Officer Dlamini and Constable Vigilahle interacted with any of the members of the takedown team?
No, because Warrant Officer Dlamini didn't step out from the car. And then after Constable Vigilahle stepped out from the car, Warrant Officer Dlamini went into the gate to make a U-turn. And then after making a U-turn, he parked next to me, facing the other direction now.
Do you know how long they were on the scene from the time that you observed them? So this would be Warrant Officer Dlamini and Constable Vigilahle.
It was less than 5 minutes because I told them that we need to rush that side.
Warrant
Yeah.
officer,
After telling them that, no, they need to rush that side because here it's already confirmed that these are the police, and then Captain Kruger is still busy on the, as per instruction of Brigadier Mkoen. I don't know what is he talking about, because they asked him, so who are those people that is with, and then what are they talking about? I said, no, on that one, I don't know. Me, I'm just, if it was not for me that I have to go with them, myself, I would have also left them there and left.
Warrant Officer Nkosi, it might be an insignificant detail, but in your paragraph 16, you say that in line 1, 2, if you go to line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's a statement there towards the end. It's a sentence there that says Warrant Officer Dlamini. Can you see where I am?
Yes,
You say,
towards the end.
yeah, you say there in that sentence that he was standing, Dlamini was standing next to the car when he asked you what was happening. And then I understand you now in your oral evidence to say he never came out of the car.
That's
Is there
correct,
something you
Commissioner.
want to correct?
Maybe it's just the waiting here. He didn't step out from the car. He parked the car next to the car, next to my car.
Okay.
Correct.
So it's incorrect where it says he was standing next to the car.
Correct.
Thank you.
So the person that was out of the car was Vigilahle.
Correct, Commissioners.
You also, while we going back, you also describe the attire that was being worn by Constable Vigilahle. Can you just tell us about that?
Yeah, the only attire that I could remember is a top that he was wearing. He was wearing a golf T-shirt with the branding of the DPCI.
With the branding of the DPCI, the golf T-shirt.
Correct.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question? We had evidence on Friday that the Tom's team, Thursday, sorry, Friday was an off day, that the Tom's team does not have vehicles that are marked. But that was one of the people who gave the evidence. The other one said something different, of course. So can you maybe just assist us with that? So you're saying the very Tom's team that you are part of has cars that are marked Hawks, and they have T-shirts that they wear that are also marked Hawks.
No, Commissioners, we don't have a car that is branded Hawks. Our cars are plain, yes. But we do have the T-shirt caps of the Hawks.
You know them because you know the Hawks cars.
I know our office cars.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm with you.
Oh.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, now we back at paragraph 18 of your statement. You speak about something that occurred while you were standing outside. You were outside and leaning on the bonnet of your vehicle, waiting for Captain Kruger and Constable de Gouveia.
Correct.
Please proceed. at paragraph 18.
18. After they have just left, Constable Vigilahle and Warrant Officer Dlamini. And then I was approached by a gentleman unknown to me. He was coming on the other side of the road. Because when I arrived there were other people who were standing on the pavement on the other side of the road. I presume that it was just the inquisitive people. When there is something like in a township, when they call it normal abondaba, when something is happening there, then they want to see what is happening. So I presume that it was those type of people. And then that person crossed the road and walked towards me. And then he greeted me, I greeted back, and then he asked me, are you guys from the Hawks? I said, yes, why? And then he further told me, he's the one that, like I'm gonna quote, I'm the one that called Patrick, unquote. And then I asked him now it was getting interesting to me now. And then who's Patrick? And then he said, Patrick is General Mboto.
Can you just go back? In your statement, you say that he approached you, you introduced yourself. Who did he introduce himself as?
He said he's Mr. Mtetwa.
Okay. And you, as you said now, he said to you, he's the one that called Patrick. You asked him, who's Patrick? But before he gave you the answer, you say that he made a request to you to move.
Correct.
Can you tell us about that?
He told me that if you can step out from, because I was standing next to the team that was, the team that was doing operation in that particular house. Because we were about 3 meters away, they were about 3 meters away from me. That I presume that whatever the guy is saying, they could hear. And then he asked me that if he can speak to me privately, and then of which I refused.
Why did you refuse?
Yeah, I think now it was on my side. I just made my mind that it's going to be unfair to these people that were encroaching on their operation. Now, yes, someone is coming. He wants to speak to me privately. The better way here is to be transparent to them.
Okay, proceed.
That is a thought that came to me. It's better to be transparent. Whatever the guy want to speak, he must speak in their presence.
Continue.
And then I refused the request, but I didn't tell him the reason. I said he can speak, and then just never mind these people. He can just speak to me. And then he said, the reason for me to call the general is because I wanted to know this police, they've got a right to be in this house, and then they've got a warrant of arrest to arrest this person who's inside the house.
Sorry, Warrant Officer, can I just ask you, who is General Mboto?
General Mboto is a divisional commissioner at the DPCI head office.
Sorry for interrupting you. You may proceed.
And then I further asked him, do you stay in this house? He said, no, he doesn't stay in this house. And then this house belongs to his family member.
Continue.
And then, if I remember correctly, while I was explaining, I asked him before that, you and General Mboto, who are you? And then, like basically I was asking you, what is your connection, you and General Mboto? And then he told me, he spoke in Zulu, no, Ibrahim yakudala leyo. So basically in the township lingo, Ibrahim yakudala is your old friend, old bra.
And what was your response to that?
Oh, if I remember correctly, there was a stage where the team guys who were there, they were clapping hands while I was interacting with these guys, because now their numbers, they became bigger now, meaning that they had interest on this gentleman.
Just clarify that for us. Whose numbers became more? The members of the task team of the people that were undertaking the takedown operation.
Correct.
Okay, so when you initially started your conversation with Mr. Mtetwa, there were a few of them, and then they increased in number.
Correct. They even after, because the guys now he started walking away while I wanted to, while walking away, I was explaining to him that if we are not staying in this house, the police, when they do their job, they're gonna explain their presence to the people who are inside the house, not just randomly someone that is on the road. So that is when now he was drifting away from me.
When you say drifting away from you, you walked away.
Walk away.
Okay.
Yes.
You say in paragraph 20 on page 6 that you tried to get more information from him. Did he give you anything further?
No, he didn't, because he was walking out, because I didn't want to follow him back.
Okay, what did you do next?
And then I went to Captain Perry and informed him about this guy. And then while the guy walking away, he went and stand next to the car. He was busy with another person there. And then I took a picture of him with that car.
Can I ask you to go to section 3, annexure BK5? The label is BK5. And it will be page 21.
I am there.
Sorry, before you do that, you mentioned Captain Berry. Is that Captain Kruger?
Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner. It's his first name, so it's Captain Kruger.
Thank you.
Captain Kruger. I'm sorry about it.
Thank you.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Can you tell us who took this photograph?
That's me.
You
myself.
took it. You took that photograph.
I took it.
Okay. Why did you take it?
Yeah, this person became a person of interest to me,
Why?
because all those frustration that I had and the irritation now, it became now, because now we were there to serve the interest of this gentleman, not the interest of the police.
Why do you say so? First, tell us who this gentleman is and which one are you referring to?
He's the one that is holding his hands at the back.
With the dark T-shirt.
Correct.
And who is this gentleman?
He introduced himself as Mr. Mtetwa.
Okay. So why do you say that you were serving his interest?
Because we were there for him, basically.
Why do you say that? Based
Because
on what?
he's the one that made the call, and then that call made us to run around to this place.
Is that what you thought at the time, based on what he told you?
Correct.
Okay. But you don't know whether Brigadier Mokoena, as a fact, instructed you because of this gentleman's call. You're just assuming.
Now, Brigadier Mkwena, he said he was also instructed.
Yes.
Yes.
But you don't know what the basis for whoever instructed Brigadier Mokoena was. You don't know that it was the call from this gentleman.
No, I didn't know.
But he did say to you that he's the one that called General Mboto.
Yes, he just said this out of volition. I didn't request him any information. He just told me.
Did Brigadier Mokoena tell you that he got his instruction from General Mboto when he called you?
Oh, I can't remember correctly, but he mentioned something about General Libya.
Okay.
Yes, he mentioned something about General Libya. He said he's with General Libya at function something. They were together there.
At a function.
Yes, and then General Libya doesn't know that there are people that are at that particular address.
Okay. And so you say that after your interaction with this gentleman, Mr. Mtetwa, you went to Captain Kruger and informed him. What did you tell Captain Kruger?
Even though I cannot use the exact word because sometimes we speak datimus on the field. Basically, I'm trying the words that I will filter them so that it's gonna suit the purpose. Because the exact no, I was saying that this is the person that made us run around like fools. I show him and then I then send these pictures to him because now remember when he's there, he's the one that he must give feedback further upwards.
You shared the picture in the group, not so?
No, I sent it
You
to
gave it to, or you
Captain
sent it to
Kruger.
him, all right.
Yes,
Yes, you sent the picture to Captain Kruger.
correct.
And then you say that you also did a motor vehicle search.
On that car, yes.
Oh, is that the one in the photograph?
Yes, it had a personalized registration number.
Please don't read it into the record.
Yes.
And what did it indicate? What was the result?
And then the surname the gentleman he gave me when he introduced himself, it came out with the very same surname.
Mtetwa.
Yes,
So the owner of the vehicle in the photograph is also Mtetwa.
correct.
Okay. And you then put two and two together that he must be the owner.
Indeed.
Can I just ask you, what did you tell Captain Kruger? I know you said this is the person that made us run around. Did you tell him the details why you were saying that?
Yes, I told him that I just spoken to him now. And then before that, I asked him about Dlamini and Vigilash story. I asked them that. Dlamini and Vigilash, they were here. You have any knowledge about why they were here? He said, no, he didn't have any knowledge. He said, oh, they were here. I said, yes, they were here.
Okay. And then insofar as what you told him about your interaction with this gentleman,
Yes,
with
and then
Mr.
I then
Mtetwa.
told him about this gentleman, and this guy was still also standing there speaking with this gentleman. And then I said, don't look at him, I'm going to send you on the phone, because I didn't want this guy to see that we were speaking about him. We were gossiping actually about him.
What I'm trying to get to is whether you gave him details about your conversation with Mr. Mtetwa, if you told Captain Kruger what Mr. Mtetwa told you.
Yes, I did.
What did you say to Captain Kruger?
I said he's the one that called, the guy told me that he's the one that called General Mboto. By the looks of things, looks like these people, they are friends, because he is even calling him with the first name.
That's what you said to Captain Kruger.
Yes.
And what did Captain Kruger say?
No, he got surprised, but obviously that was confirming to me, that was confirming to him that we are here for something that is baseless. And then we are still keep on spending some time here.
Did you also share the motor vehicle screenshot with him that showed that it was Mr. Mtetwa's vehicle?
Correct,
You sent that to Captain Kruger as well?
correct.
Okay. Do you know what Captain Kruger did with those photographs?
While we were driving away, we were on our way to Northwest. That is where he sent those information on the group.
When you were leaving the scene?
I think we had already left.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I ask you to go to BK3 in section 3, which is the WhatsApp messages that we've been dealing with, and can you go to page 11?
There.
There are photographs that Captain Kruger posted into this group, and you see the first photograph is the one that you had taken.
Yes, I see.
Okay. Now, do you recall what time you had withdrawn from the scene?
It was before 6, if I remember correctly.
And do you know whether an instruction was given for you to withdraw, and if so, from who?
Captain Kruger asked on the group. And then Brigadier Mkwena responded and said, no, you can report. He said, even thank you, Captain Kruger and the colleagues.
Can I ask you to go to page 11 of that same BK3?
Yes.
This is a message from Brigadier Klenki, where he says, Captain Berry, thanks a lot, you can withdraw, bro. But there's no previous message from Captain Kruger asking to withdraw. Do you know why Brigadier Klenki would have sent this message in the group at that stage, at 1746?
Yeah, maybe because of their communication that I don't know what they were communicating about there. Maybe there was some communication over the phone or something like that.
Okay. And so you would have withdrawn round about that time, as you say, just before 6.
Correct.
Okay. So you say that while you were on your way, Captain Kruger then posts the photographs in the group.
Correct.
One of those photographs that he posted, if you can go to page 12, was the motor vehicle document that the screenshot that you had sent to him. If you see there at 1804, there's a MCD that says surname Mtetwa. Do you see that?
Correct.
That is what you had taken.
Indeed.
Okay.
But sending to Captain Kruger.
Yes.
Yes.
And in response to that message, if you go to page 14 of that bundle, there's a message from you. Can you just read it into the record at 1807 and tell us what you were referring to here?
Yes, I was responding to that motor vehicle ownership, that site.
With Mtetwa's.
Correct. This is the person that called the Gen. Gen is an abbreviation for general.
And which general were you referring to here?
As discussed with Captain Perry about information, it's General Mboto.
Okay. And what was the response to that?
Brigadier Mkwena asked, which one?
And if we then go to page 15, there's another message from you at 1808. Can you read that into the record and tell us who you were responding to?
I was responding to Brigadier Mkwena.
And what are you saying there?
First message is Mr. Mtetwa. And then next message, he said he's related to the owner of the house.
And then there's another message, if we go to, still on page 15, where there's a photograph, that same photograph that we dealt with, but Mr. Mtetwa is now circled in yellow, and there's a message that says this one brick. Do you know who sent that?
He's Captain Kruger.
Referring to Mr. Mtetwa.
Like he was specifically indicating, because there are two people standing there, which is which.
And he was also responding to Brigadier Kruger.
Clarifying that for him.
Before you leave the photos, Warrant Officer, I just want to clarify the timeline. So on page 15, you are sending those WhatsApps. You say, Mr. Mtetwa, he said he's related to the owner of the house. And I see that it is 1809.
Yes.
Are you still in Sandhurst at the time while you are sending these WhatsApps?
No, we are on the road now.
Are you now driving with Captain Kruger?
No. We still have to go. I'm driving alone.
You're driving alone?
Yes, Captain Kruger is driving with Constable Tikovea. We're still gonna find out a spot where we're gonna leave that car. But we are in motion.
Eventually, where did you leave the car? Captain Kruger's car?
The car, if I remember correctly, we left it at RTPS Port.
At a police station?
Yes.
Thank you.
Warrant Officer, in that page 11, where you, page BK3, page 11, where you've got those photographs. You've got, are you there?
Page
11, you've just been looking at that. It's now BK3, and then page 11.
Yes, I'm there, Commissioner.
Did you take all of those photographs that appear there in that shot?
No.
You took only Mr. Mtetwa's, the one that has Mr. Mtetwa.
Correct.
All right. And then when you turn to the next page, you've got the vehicle details of the Mercedes-Benz, which has the name Mtetwa. You shared that on the group. Did you share that?
Page?
12.
I didn't share it on the group. I share it with Captain Kruger.
Okay. And then you go to the next page, 13. There are other vehicles there, and Isuzu. And then in the next page, there's a BMW in page 14.
Yes.
And then in page 16, there's it's a gray BMW. The previous one is a black BMW. And then page 16, it's the details of a gray BMW. And in the following pages, there are other vehicles. Did you provide that information to whether to Captain Kruger or to the group?
No.
Yeah.
No, that app I'm talking about, Captain Kruger also got.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is not your work. It's not you who pulled
No.
down this information and shared it.
No.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. We've now dealt with paragraph 22 of your statement on page 7. At paragraph 23, Captain Kruger asks if the group may be deleted, and then he does delete it. Paragraph 23 of your statement on page 7.
Yes, I think that was another day. Not on.
Yes, on the 13th.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now, one of the issues that arose from Captain Kruger's evidence is the issue of an inquiry number for this incident. Can you tell us what is an inquiry number and whether or not an inquiry number was created for this incident?
Okay, let me start, commissioners, and explain what are they mean when they say inquire. We've got 3 types of docket in the police. We've got an inquest docket. We've got an inquiry docket. We've got a case docket. A case docket is the one that goes to court for trial. The inquiry docket is for investigation purposes. Like if you are still busy with your investigation, you take 1, 2, you combine together. Once you are done with that, and then the inquiry docket can turn into a case docket. So let's start with the question. What is the question exactly?
Whether there was an inquiry docket, I guess, created for this incident, and should there have been one?
No, it was not.
It wasn't created.
Yes.
In your view, should one have been created?
I will go 50-50 there. Initially, if the verification process was done in such a manner that there was no contact between us and that team that was executing there. Like, for instance, we go there, we verify these are the police, and then this is just a verification. We don't need an inquiry for that. It's like I will make more example to break it down for you so that maybe you can understand, commissioners. You get the task to go and see a source at this certain place. By then, there is no anything that is opened. You go and see a source. You hear what the source is saying. And then based on the assessment, what you get on the source, if there is let's take for instance, you see that there is information that we can work on. That is when now you're gonna go and open inquiry. If you see that this source is talking something else that doesn't make sense, I have already driven to the source and speak to the source, but now meaning that the inquiry is not necessary there.
And so in this instance, why do you say 50-50?
Based because now of what happened, I don't know what transpired between Captain Kruger and the team leaders there and the calls, because there was a stage where they are making some calls, exchanging phones that I couldn't understand what was happening. Taking selfies, I don't know what was that for, because I was seeing this thing in a distance. So if there was something there that maybe was really necessary, it's up to Captain Kruger and Brigadier Mkwena if there was an inquiry to be opened. But basically, on the face value of it, there was no need for an inquiry.
Okay, so in your view, there wouldn't have been a need for the inquiry?
No.
Do you say that even though we know now from the evidence of Captain Kruger that he submitted a copy of his diary which recorded what happened on the day, and he took photographs and he ran the registration details of these vehicles, and they are shared amongst the group? It seems like that's gathering information. Do you still say that there wouldn't be an inquiry number? Where would that information sit in the DPCI?
That's where my other 50 goes. But as I said, it's 50-50. Because that is why Captain Kruger went beyond. I will put it like that. He went beyond, because now, we verified these people are the police. And then our job there after that was supposed to go. Even those people, they were not supposed even to notice us that if there were other people that they were there. So now this interaction, the contact between him and those people, that is what now it requires an inquiry. A file, because now all those documents need to be documented.
Yes.
Yes.
And is it fair to say even his communication with the leader of the team, of the operational team that he found on the scene, that would go into part of the record that he puts together.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Warrant Officer, we're now at page 7 of your statement, which is the conclusion. Can you just take us through your conclusion in your... Firstly, you speak about the evidence of Captain Kruger that you had an opportunity to listen to. Do you want to provide us with your comment on that?
Yeah, because there was a stage where he said he didn't know the people from TPCI that arrived there. Because if he saw them that they did arrive, the people who arrived there is the people that he know. On my side, I presume that he didn't see Warrant Officer Dlamini and Vigilahle when arriving because he was still busy with that gentleman that side. But now when he says that he saw the TPCI car comes and then from Joburg, what, these people they are from the office, they know one another very well. That is where now I couldn't understand why was he saying that.
And then another aspect that you deal with is insofar as Captain Kruger executing Brigadier Mokwena's instruction at paragraph 24. Do you want to deal with that?
Yes. Yes, Commissioners, as I've already mentioned on this part that we prolonged our stay there unnecessarily. As I've said that once you receive the instruction or a task, the executor, you as an executor, is solely up to you how to execute it. And then you're gonna give feedback after. You are supposed to give feedback after we have left the scene and said, no, we saw is the police, the very same message that is there, it is confirmed. It's like that, without even speaking to those people. Because if Brigadier Mkwena wanted to speak these people on the phone, what. So now, that's why now I find it strange. Because now if you want to speak to them, you better drive here to come and speak to them directly.
And so what did you make of Captain Kruger then not executing it perhaps in the way that he would have, but instead listening to Brigadier Mokwena?
He failed to stand on his ground.
Just elaborate on that.
I'm going to use another word now. I don't know if it's a little common word. Like he didn't have balls. That is the common word that we...
Okay, I don't know.
He lacked courage.
We all know what it means. We all know what it means.
You, Commissioner, says that the legal mind people, maybe you're going to filter it.
Yes, please proceed, Warrant Officer, yes. And by that, you're saying that he didn't stand up for himself as he should have.
Yes.
How would you have done it differently?
The way I parked there when I arrived, or before we arrived at the address, we only sent one car. I parked the way I parked. And then you walk, you go and observe what is happening there. If you need to take pictures to prove that you were there, you can take pictures. You see that is the police. And then you come back. By that time, while you are busy walking there, you are doing your own observation and what. You come and tell us, this is what. And then we discuss, we make decision amongst ourselves. No, let's leave. Tell the brigadier and then we leave. That's it. Those people...
Warrant officer, sorry to interrupt you. And you said that took you only 5 minutes to do.
Correct.
So you don't understand what the other 40, 50 minutes was for.
What is that for? Indeed.
Thank you, Commissioners. Is there anything else that you want to say, Warrant Officer, in your conclusion?
Yeah, but that is not on my statement. It's just that the thought of all this incident and then some other things that are happening in that office. Because I remember sometime, I think it was August this year. That's what the incident that remind me of this particular incident. There was an inquiry, there was a request from Interpol to our office to trace a wanted fugitives. I think, if I remember correctly, it was people who were involved in the CIT at Zimbabwe. Those people, they were believed to be here in this country. The request was made to our office. And then the handler of the inquiry from our office traced those guys because the two of them, we successfully arrested them. There were quite a lot, a group of people, syndicate. Two of them were arrested. We assisted Interpol, we assisted them. And then there were other two that were successfully traced to be around Western Cape and Eastern Cape, two of the guys. And then there was a request to deploy to that area. The person who approved the deployment is this General Mbot, is the one that approved it. A request was made, normally as is being done. And then the finance people approve it, funds are available. And then General Mboto, he declined it. While declining, he signed and declined it, and then make a comment. On that comment is saying that, no, let the Interpol be assisted by the police, SAPS at Western Cape. So now, that's why it brought my mind that where is the consistency now? Here is a job, it needs deployment, but now, if it's true, if this gentleman phoned him, so the very same advice that is advising our office, why he didn't advise this gentleman to do the same? Where are you? I'm at Sandhurst. Here is the situation here. Go to the police station. This is what I just wanted to bring to your attention, even though it's not on my statement, but consistency looks like it's not the language that, which means somehow it works. They used to preach to us about this cost containment, what. But now, if it suits them, no, we overlook it.
Cost containment.
Cost containment.
Saving costs.
Yes.
I want to ask you a question related to what you've just said now. In your view, if somebody's impersonating the police or they're impersonating the Hawks, who is best placed to investigate whether that is true or not? Does it have to be the Tom's team, or it can be any police officer or even any other division of the Hawks? Because I understood from the evidence that we had on Thursday that the Hawks have an office in Johannesburg. It's just not the Tom's team.
Correct. So any police officer can confirm that. Because to add on that, commissioners, remember whether we are from the Hawks or we are from the dog unit, we are carrying the same appointment card. The appointment card is the same. How are you going to tell if this person is from the Hawks? How are you going to tell if this person is from the dog unit? I'm just making an example. Our appointment card is the same.
And last issue, the Hawks Johannesburg office, How far is it or where is it? If it's a sensitive issue, you don't have to give me the exact details. I understood from your evidence that you were in Springs, and that's 60 kilometers from Sandhurst. And Captain Kruger was in Pretoria North, which is also very far. And the other team was in Mogale City, which is also very far. The Hawks team nearest to Sandhurst, where are they?
Joburg and Germiston as well.
Central Johannesburg.
Not at the central, because let me remember correctly. The old Johannesburg Stock Exchange.
Yes.
Yeah. Not at the police station.
It's in Newtown. Yes. I think we know where it is. The
Yes,
shiny, yeah, next
because
to the
remember,
shiny blue building.
TPCI got some divisions. There are others who are sitting at the building of old commercial crime next to Joburg High Court. There are others who are sitting there.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Warrant Officer, in paragraph 22 of your statement, you say you left the scene at approximately 1750 after Brigadier Mkwena finally instructed us to withdraw. Did you hear Brigadier Mkwena give the instruction that you can now withdraw? Did he speak to all of you, or were you told this by Captain Kruger?
No, Brigadier, I'm going to send it on the group.
He said it on the group.
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank
Is it
you.
on page 11 of the annexures?
PK3.
K3, page 11.
Yes, this is, are you at page 11? PK3? I think you've already spoken to this. You don't need to go there, Warrant of Nkosi, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Commissioners. Thank you, Warrant Officer. That's the evidence of this witness, Chair.
Thank you very much, Warrant Officer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Nube?
Yes, Chair. We have another witness, which is General Mboto. He has arrived. If I may take a short adjournment to get him ready to give evidence.
How long do you think that will be?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right, that's adjourned.
Thank you.